Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
Tonight, I've prepared a double blind for Shona. Three of our bottles.
What type of bottles?
I don't want to say three of our favorite bottles because I don't know if they are. I don't know if they're not our favorite bottles. So stick around just a couple minutes and we're going to get right into these. Welcome back, guys. Here we are with our double blind. Shona just loves it when I do these for her because she gets scared sometimes, I think.
Very, very scared.
She's tried repeatedly to get out of me what it is. I won't give.
See, the problem is, when I do a double blind for Bryan, it's usually something that he appreciates. When he does it to me, I get like 2 Buffalo Traces. So I always get nervous.
I have done something like that before, but that's not the case. There's not only is there not a Buffalo Trace in this lineup, I will go as far as to tell you there's not a Buffalo Trace product in this lineup.
Okay.
Okay.
But I do like Buffalo Trace products, just not Buffalo Trace. Just saying.
She does. She likes Buffalo Trace products.
What do you think of this winter that came back today?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I mean, we had snow.
We had sleet. We had all kinds of rain. We had all kinds of weather today.
So I know in the past throughout the winter, I've complained about Ohio being dark and dreary and muddy and brown and all those wonderful things about Ohio. But now it's green grass that we can't ever cut because the yard is like walking on a sponge. Mm-hmm. And dark and dreary.
Today we did have sun as it was snowing though.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
It really is. One day, I'm busting out. I am. So, well, let's get started, shall we?
We shall, yeah. Okay. Pretty excited here.
And normally we do a 4-bottle blind, but I thought I had 4 to do, but when I came down, I only had 3.
So on this, the nose is nice and it's a hint of sweetness. You're not getting a lot off the nose on this one. I'm getting a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel, but you really have to kind of dig for it. It's not a bad nose, it's just not presenting itself.
It's not there's no wow factor there.
Yeah, it's not a wow factor, but it's not a bad nose. It's a pleasant nose.
It doesn't say pow, here I am.
It does not. Nope. So as it first hits your palate, it's sweet. Get the rich, the oak, the caramels, the vanillas, and it lasts. That sweetness just lasts all the way through.
That's got a really nice sweet to it.
There's not a lot of burn on it, so I'm going to say this is definitely a lower proof. It doesn't drink like a high proof at all. The color is nice. I like the coloring of it. Again, sweet, then char with the oak, finishing with that subtle hit of caramel, then sweetness of vanilla. Not a whole lot of flavors hitting your palate there, but what's there is good.
Yeah, it's and I have liked that pour in the past, so I was expecting to like it today.
Have we had all these?
We have.
Okay.
We've had them all.
Okay.
That's really good.
On to number 2. If you can hear it, don't mind Rex. He's upstairs playing bowling with his treats or his bones and
there's
stuff.
no telling about him.
He's bouncing them off the hardwood for sure. This one, I said number one didn't have that much on the nose. This one really doesn't.
You don't think so? I feel like I'm getting some spice on the nose of that one. Some heat.
I mean, I'm really digging for it.
It's not bad, but I feel like it's kind of putting a little tickle there in my nose.
Yeah, it's definitely picking up the alcohol. On it, it's not like a horrible ethanol nose or anything. It's just, but I'm not picking up anything other than that, really. Has a slight, the first taste of it, slight ethanol taste, like a very slight. Then it overcomes with a little bit of char and vanilla. Again, I feel like it's a lower proof.
I'll tell you that when I first took a sip, when it hit my palate, I wasn't really getting much of anything.
Yeah, I agree. It's
The longer it set, somebody poured some fuel on the fire on my tongue. But it's already fading. It's already going away. So it went from nothing to me. It went from nothing to really, really warm, and now it's dissipating.
I'm getting that tinge of warmness that you're talking about. I don't feel like it's really warm, but that's just my palate. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's just there. The ethanol taste that I first got in the first sip wasn't as present the second sip, so that was great. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just kind of mellow.
Now my second sip, after I've rinsed my palate again, it's kind of fruity. I can't pinpoint a fruit, but it has that fruit sweetness to me.
Hopefully I get that on the second go round then.
Because I didn't get that on the first, when I first sipped it.
Now, you said we've had all these, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to rinse my palate for that one. What's wrong?
I'm getting like a, I hate to say what I'm getting on it.
Leather.
No. It's almost like a dish soap. And
I don't know, guys. I think she just pulls this stuff out of thin air.
No, but I mean, obviously all of these were washed at the same time in the same dishwasher and dishwashing detergent. So I don't feel like it's the glass. It has to be the whiskey inside. And it really does remind me of washing dishes when you, sorry.
You know what? No matter how long we do this, I could never top that.
Now this one I'm getting some of the baking spices. More of the cinnamon. The vanilla is finally coming through at the end. I'd say again a low proof. I didn't feel like any of these were warm. I can tell you it does not taste like dish soap, and it is very, it's actually
really
pretty
like
pleasant.
it.
I like it.
I really like it.
to me, that one definitely presents as a higher rye mash bill because you're picking up more of the spice right off the bat. But it does round out with a nice sweetness, a nice caramel, then vanilla, and then that vanilla sweetness just kind of stays with you. It's a very nice pour. Again, I think it's a lower proof.
Here's what's strange to me is, and this is not a flavor that I'm crazy about, but I really like that pour, and it's creamy to me. It's kind of.
It does have a.
It's got a viscosity to
Yep.
it that. But there's just something about the other flavors that go with it that appeal to me with that one.
Yeah, I honestly really like this one. I'm hoping, that I like the other ones a little bit better the second time around. But that's a nice solid pour. I mean, I don't know if I'd make this a nightly pour or something, but if somebody poured it for me, I'm going to drink it.
I've had a few pours of that leisurely down here in our evenings. I like it. I like it. Actually, you're going to be surprised. Well, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet. We'll taste them again first.
Well, I've already tasted number 3 again. I'm going to do number 2. So the live you guys did last night, you and Mike, or I guess it wasn't last night, sorry, this week has just ran together. Your live prior this week was really good.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
had
think
a lot of
Mike
fun.
is willing to come back to help you get your weekly lives that you want to do.
I think Mike is looking forward to coming back. With Mike, you don't ever get anything fake.
No.
You get what you get with Mike. What you see with Mike when he's on the show that's Mike.
I'm liking number 2 a little bit better. Second time around. I don't know if I like it better than number 3. It just opened up a little bit better. I got a subtle hint of spice in that one as well this time. Maybe what you were considering the heat the last time on your tongue, I'm picking up more as a spice instead of the heat on my palate.
Yeah, it presented itself different that time, and I didn't get the heat. I'm kind of in agreement with you. It's more of a spice now, and really a pretty mild spice. It's not nearly as bad.
Butterscotch, number 1. Pure butterscotch.
It's better than dish soap.
Well, that was number 3. Now that the nose got the butterscotch, the palate gets the butterscotch. I think that might be the sweetness and stuff that you were picking up on that. Unfortunately, I'm not a true butterscotch fan. However, that is what it is.
And that's what you're getting.
That is what I'm getting on that butterscotch.
Well, I will tell you that I would, before we tasted these, I'd have said number 2 was going to be my last.
I had agreed.
And number 3 was going to be my first. And number 1 would have been my middle.
But instead we have 3, 2, 1, both the same.
Yeah, and you're going to be shocked.
Okay.
I think.
Well, let's see what we got.
You ready? You ready for the unveiling? Okay. So, you want me to start with number 3, which is our first?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to be shocked.
Number 3
Whiskey War
Number 1.
Double Oaked. Number 2, which is our number 2 for both of us. I don't know if we've ever been identical. Conviction Double Oaked.
I know what number 3 is. I'm going to be really upset.
You are. You
Or
are.
I guess what number 1 is.
You are. So our last place
That was a dirty trick.
is Shauna's Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Favorite pour ever. Last place. That was a dirty trick, wasn't it?
It was a very dirty trick. Okay, so I felt all of these were lower proof.
And you were right when you drank that one. It was a lower proof.
And so this is only 100 proof. So to me, that's a pretty low proof compared to some of the ones that we have. And this one is 104.2. Again, not
So
super high.
those two are very similar. This one's only 90.4,
And this one,
right?
Yeah,
90.4, which...
yeah, 90.4. So it is a lower proof. Now, so number 2, when I was tasting it compared to those, the first one I was getting that little bit of ethanol and slight taste on it. However, the second time around, it really opened up and was a lot better.
The first time I went through them, it was exact, because I remember this. I don't hardly ever remember where I pour stuff, but I did remember today. And the first time I went through and I drank that, I thought, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. So when we came back again and hit them, I was shocked because it was just really, it's gotten better since we've opened it.
It has. I mean, for you, because you said it was such an oak presence, and I did get a little bit of char on these, but the oak wasn't that present on a lot of these. I mean, it was there, but I was trying to, dig out more of the.
And I usually like this. I'm not with this like you are. So I was really surprised that it came in last for me.
I just gotta see if this smells like soap. Because does not smell like soap in the.
Does that still smell like soap? Maybe the glass didn't get rinsed.
Yours smells a little bit better. Maybe there was a little bit of soap residue left on this
Maybe
glass.
it didn't get rinsed good. We had a lot of glasses in the dishwasher, so it was,
Yeah, yours definitely smells different than mine does. Regardless, I can't say enough about High Bank Distillery up in Columbus, Ohio.
no, they're really incredible.
Every single pour that we have had is an enjoyable pour. It truly is. I mean, and I'm quite excited to go to the master blending class.
Yeah, I'm looking
in May.
forward to it. Really, I am.
We both were signed up. We're going up with a couple friends, and you get 8 different whiskeys to blend your own bottle, and it's like a 2.5 hour, I think it's 2-hour class to teach you how to do that. And I'm excited.
And so then you get to bring your blended bottle home, and kind of your I don't want to say mash bill, but basically your recipe,
Your blend.
your blend that created that, and they will recreate that for you.
Yeah, so you can order your blend.
You can order your bottle.
Yeah, and so I'm quite excited about that. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
I think, and I had no idea how this was going to turn out, really. And I think what to pick up from this is, this is a heavy hitter in the bourbon industry, Woodford Reserve.
It is.
And this is pretty much unheard of, right?
Yeah.
Outside of North Carolina. And the Ohio products outside of Ohio are pretty much unheard of.
It is.
So
I I'm not gonna lie, I'm like really, really sad.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that this, by no means am I saying this is trash.
And I'm still picking up that butterscotch on this. I don't know if I've
and
ever
I
got
kept
that
waiting
before
for
on
you
there.
to say, I kept waiting for that cherry note, which I never
I did
heard.
not get it.
But what I'm saying is, you don't always have to go to the name. You don't always have to go to the name. There's other stuff out there that can compete. Shona probably would have never believed that prior to this blind with her Woodford. I don't know that she's ever had a Woodford in a blind that didn't finish first, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit sad. However, I do like these two as well. I just think here lately we've been tasting a lot of higher proof stuff. And so then
maybe it threw you for a loop.
when you go
coming
back down to the lower proof stuff, it does really present differently than when you're getting cask strength stuff that has a lot of flavor.
It does, however, to me anyway, this is full of flavor. This is getting more flavor to me.
I am stumped, guys. Because I love the double oaks. I actually finished the Woodford Double Oak that Mark and Casey left us last night, and very enjoyable. And I don't feel like I'm a label snob. However, I am a bottle snob. I like pretty bottles, but this really stumped me because normally I get more of that oak present. And I really didn't get it. I would have never guessed we were tasting double oaks.
See, and that's why when I told her I was setting this up, I said, you know what, I think we need to do a double. Because I feel like if you'd have known what we had, even though you wouldn't have known where it was, you'd have found this. You would have found it.
I'm sure I would have.
So, because you had no idea what was up here, and that's why it's important if you're comparing to do it blind like that. That way your mind's not skewed towards something or thinking, where is it? It's here, where is it?
Yeah.
So
It was a good blind. I am shocked with the results, not gonna lie. However,
well, I'm sorry I pulled such a dirty trick on you. Not.
that's all right, I'll get you back.
Okay, guys, I think for tonight, that's all we've got. If you could hit that like button, that would help us out so much. We'd really appreciate it. Just hit the like button.
Yeah, it even lights up and
Yeah,
stuff.
it lights up, but sometimes there's like fireworks come off of it. It's really cool. Try it.
Subscribe button does that too.
Subscribe button's cool too. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's a double oak out there that you don't see here.
Yeah.
And
I know several double oaks that's not here that I can't wait to get my hands on.
yeah, I could have thrown a fourth one in here tonight, but it would have been a double oaked, and I didn't think that was going to be fair. So until next time, guys, thanks for joining us and be safe.
Thanks, everyone.